the young and the restless spoilers, shock. Welcome back to our channel, you beautiful drama-obsessed icons. Today is Tuesday, a gorgeous day to completely lose our minds over the absolute cinematic mayhem happening on our screens. Grab your iced lattes and buckle up, because the tea we are serving today is piping hot, emotionally devastating, and genuinely world-shattering. Let's get right into it. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing right this exact second. I am literally shaking. Wait, we need to talk about this now. I am literally filming this while I'm running errands, dodging shopping carts in the Target parking lot, because I just had to jump on here and vent. I was mid-skincare routine when this scene dropped, and I legitimately smeared my charcoal mask all over my pristine white rug. Literally had to yeet my phone across the room because I could not handle the sheer audacity of what the writers just did to our Newman matriarch. I am personally attacked. My soul has actually left my body. Send help, send a medic, send a therapist, because I am completely unwell. The stakes are astronomical, and we are not just watching this unfold, we are invested. Like I am spiraling over their choices, as if Victor and Nikki are my actual real-life neighbors who just dropped the most insane, world-ending tea ever. If Victor Newman lived next door to me, I would literally be peering through my blinds with binoculars right now, because the drama is genuinely that unhinged. Wait, backtrack for a second. I missed a step. Let me catch my breath. Okay, so basically, if you have been paying attention, and I know you have, because we are obsessives here, Nikki has been dealing with these absolutely brutal, blinding headaches, and the fatigue, straight up exhaustion that is just so unlike her. Like, this is Nikki Newman, okay? The woman who practically invented pushing through trauma in a flawless designer pantsuit. But lately, she legitimately cannot focus on a single thing. I was watching her in the mansion, and, oh, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but did you notice the lighting in the Newman living room lately? It's giving this weird, eerie, almost suffocating shadow aesthetic, like the house itself knows something terrible is coming. Wait, I'm glitching. Okay, back to the main event. The lighting is totally a metaphor for her brain fog. She's just wandering around looking so lost. And honestly, the vibes are genuinely terrifying. And her outfits. Did you see she wore a slightly mismatched scarf? Nikki Newman does not mismatch unless the world is ending. So what does Victor do? Because we all know Victor Newman is officially on my do not perceive list when he gets into his control freak eras. He basically orchestrates this entire covert operation of secret medical tests, which is honestly so unhinged. Like Bestie, be for real right now. You cannot just sneak around doing medical diagnostics like it's a corporate hostile takeover. But that is straight up Victor for you. He has to control the narrative. Did I say that yet? Ugh, my brain is mush. Moving on, he drags her to these top-tier, highly confidential specialists because he thinks he can just throw Newman money at a headache and make it disappear. He genuinely believes he can manipulate biology the same way he manipulated the AI evidence against Phyllis or gaslit Nikki into praising his ruthless business moves just last week. It is giving major I am a god energy, and I am straight up exhausted by his audacity. And then, you guys, the doctor walks in. I am literally hyperventilating right now, just thinking about it. The doctor sits him down and drops the absolute heaviest, most soul-crushing diagnosis we could have ever imagined. Advanced stage Alzheimer's. I am legitimately crying again. Alzheimer's. And not just early onset, but advanced stage. The cinematic drama of this moment was a high-octane psychological masterpiece. The silence in that room was so loud, it was deafening. You could physically feel the air get sucked out of the room. I mean, my jaw unhinged and hit the floor. I was staring at my screen like a sleep paralysis demon had just spoken to me. It is straight up devastating. Nikki Newman, the woman with the sharpest tongue and the most iconic memories in Genoa City, is losing her mind. I could hear the ticking of the clock in the doctor's office, the sterile smell of the room practically coming through the screen. It was too much. But let's talk about Victor's reaction, because I am living for the absolute breakdown of this man's ego. For the first time in his entire manipulative puppet master life, Victor Newman is completely and utterly helpless. He cannot buy a cure for this. He cannot threaten Alzheimer's into submission. He can't lock it in a basement like Matt Clark or frame it for corporate espionage. The sheer terror on his stoic, ironclad face. You could see the exact second his God complex shattered into a million pieces. The anxiety is literally radiating off his face, even though he's trying so hard to maintain that stone-cold exterior. It is genuinely a masterclass in acting, but also I am so here for him, realizing that fate does not care about his bank account. He is straight up glitching because he has zero power here. And don't even get me started on the vibes of his immediate reaction. Instead of just holding his wife and crying like a normal human being, what does he do? He goes full dictator. He orders an absolute ironclad lockdown on the information. Total media blackout. No one can know. He is so obsessed with protecting the Newman reputation and the empire that he is basically trapping Nikki in a prison of silence, which is honestly so toxic. Like they are facing the most tragic, life-altering reality, and his first instinct is PR control. Genuinely, he is so done, I cannot even deal with his priorities. But also, you can tell it's just a trauma response because he is straight up terrified that if the world finds out the Newman matriarch is vulnerable, the sharks will circle. He is trying to build a fortress, but the enemy is already inside the house. Meanwhile, Nikki is already starting to slip, and it is tearing my soul into shreds. She's forgetting the little things, tiny, minuscule details that she would normally never miss. She'll be mid-sentence and just trail off, looking at Victor with this sheer, unadulterated fear in her eyes. It is giving me actual chest pains. Imagine surviving everything she has survived. Diane Jenkins' endless drama, Patty Williams being a total menace, Nick almost dying in a fiery, drug-fueled car crash just a minute ago, only to have your own brain betray you. The fear of a dark, murky future is literally suffocating the entire mansion. The walls are closing in on them. Every time she forgets a name or misplaces something, you can see the panic spike in her chest. It is a psychological horror film, and we are trapped in it with her. And wait, we need to talk about the ripple effect this is going to have on the rest of the family, because I am calling it right now, the villain arc is about to go nuclear, manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update, because the Newmans are already hanging by a thread. Nick is basically a walking tragedy right now, completely consumed by his drug addiction and obsessing over Matt Clark's fake amnesia. Victoria is running around trying to play savior while being completely ruthless. Adam is, Adam is always messy. If Nikki, the actual glue holding this chaotic, dysfunctional billionaire family together, completely loses her cognitive function, the entire family is going to collapse. The Newman Empire is straight up going to implode. There is no Newman without Nikki keeping Victor's worst impulses in check. And can we just pause and think about Nick for a second? Because I'm literally hyperventilating over how Nick is going to handle this. Nick is already spiraling out of control with his fentanyl and cocaine addiction, crashing cars into cliffs because of Matt Clark's poisoned stash. He is physically and emotionally shattered. If he finds out that his mother, his rock, the woman who literally just survived the trauma of his near-fatal crash, is now slipping away into the abyss of Alzheimer's, he is going to completely lose his mind. He is going to go straight up feral. The guilt he is going to feel for putting her through so much stress right before this diagnosis is going to eat him alive. I am calling it, this is going to be the catalyst for the most unhinged Nick Newman era we have ever seen. He is either going to get clean out of sheer desperation to remember her, or he is going to completely self-destruct. I am manifesting a total dumpster fire, and I am genuinely terrified for him. Did I say that yet? My brain is mush moving on, but seriously, think about it. Nikki is the only one who can talk Victor off a ledge. She is the only one who can corral the kids when they are at each other's throats. Without her sharp wit and her memory of their family history, Victor is going to become even more unhinged. He's already been gaslighting her about the Phyllis deal, trying to make her forget his ruthless choices. And now she is actually going to forget. The tragic irony of Victor wanting her to forget his bad deeds, only for her to be diagnosed with a disease that will make her forget everything, is a psychological horror story. I am literally shaking just analyzing the poetic injustice of it all. It's too much. I am too unwell to handle the gravity of these events. Like my grip on reality is slipping just trying to process this poetic cinema. I genuinely don't know how I am going to survive the next few weeks of this show. I am going to need a support group. I'm going to need a designated hotline to call every time Nikki looks confused because my heart cannot take it. They are officially destroying my emotional stability, and I am totally living for it, but also completely broken. This specific storyline has personally attacked my soul, and it is now my entire personality. I am not okay. I will be aggressively refreshing the spoiler pages while clutching my chest and screaming into a pillow. Let me know in the comments if you are also physically vibrating from this absolute madness, because we are in for the most devastating, messy, unfiltered, emotional train wreck of the century. Wait, I hear a weird background noise in my car. Is someone honking at me? Whatever, they can wait. Okay, I have to go finish my errands before I get arrested for loitering in this parking lot. Bye, besties.